look, I can have a meeting, transcribe it, summarize it, and put it into my CRM all automatically with this Zapier ChatGPT automation. But you might be wondering, how can you set this up even if you've never used Zapier or ChatGPT before? Does it work with Zoom and Google Meet and Teams, or even if you go on a purely audio call on your phone? And can you customize the output so it gives you exactly what you want, whether it's a sales call or a meeting? So that's what I'm going to show you exactly how to do step by step in this video. Just imagine after setting this up, you don't need to take notes in meetings or sales calls. It just happens automatically for you. And by the end of this video, I'll give you a link so you can just copy this entire automation. But make sure you stick with me to understand how to set this all up. But nothing will happen unless we get started right now with step number 1, setting up Zapier. As you can see, this is the AI automation platform that we'll be using. So all you need to do is click on start with free email or Google. And now that you're on the inside, all you need to do is go to the top left and click on create. There are many different options you can go with here, but we're going to use SAP's the automated workflows. You can see here that we can use the Copilot to help us set up different AI automations. I recommend that you try something of this in the future if you want to set up another automation. But now let's head to step number 2, set up the workflow. We'll just start by clicking on trigger, and how we're going to trigger this is through Google Drive. This is because whether you're using Meet, Zoom, or Teams, all of them can be instantly uploaded to Google Drive, and that starts our automation. And the best way to set this up, because it's going to happen automatically when you add an audio file in there, just go to Google Drive and create a new folder, for example, AI Andy calls, that is completely empty, that we'll use for this automation. Now let's head back to Zapier and go to the right side. As you can see, we'll do the trigger event. There is a new file in folder. Click on account and set it up, continue. Then in Drive, we'll select the Google Drive folder, AI Andy calls, continue. And now to test your trigger, what I recommend is you actually upload a file in there. Now, when you click on test trigger, you can see that we find file A. And if we scroll down a little bit, you can see the title is AI Andy sales call. And this can be used for sales calls and also meetings, any type of call, because we're going to customize the output later. Now we just continue and go to step number 3, set up ChatGPT. So we'll actually use ChatGPT in 2 different ways here, because first we need to transcribe that audio. So we'll just search for ChatGPT, click on action event, and here we'll go down until we see create transcription, that is using Whisper, that allows you to use an audio file or a video file. I highly recommend audio files because they're smaller in size and will take less time, but let's just click on it. And here you'll need to set up your ChatGPT account. If you've never done this before, you need to click on connect a new account. And this is where you need to enter a ChatGPT API. This is super simple to do. I just recommend you search ChatGPT API into Google, click on API reference, and this is where you enter the developer part of ChatGPT. If you have a normal ChatGPT account, this is different from that, and you need to add some credits before it actually works. Just go to billing and add a little bit of a balance, maybe $5, so you'll be able to use it. How you get an API key is just click on dashboard, then click on the left side API keys, and then click create new secret key. Add a name for it like Zapier, and this is your key. Just copy that and paste it directly in here. Now everything should be working. We'll just click on continue, and then we'll just add a file. As you can see, since we had a sales call in the previous step, all we need to use is this file, exists but not shown, because this is the uploading part of this module. We'll use a prompt, and this is basically just transcribe the call. We can use create a transcription, but I'll show you the custom output you can get in the next step. Here in response format, we're just going to use text. In language of the audio, we're going to use English. There is also a way that you can do your language. Just click on this, but we're just going to continue. And now we can see if it actually works. I'll just click on test step. And just like that, we got the entire transcript of the audio file back. But let's make it even better with step number 4, customize the output. So we'll just click on add step. And again, we're going to use ChatGPT, but in this case, we're not going to use the transcription event. We'll actually create the conversations feature. And since you already have your account set up, it's going to be automatic. And this is where we can enter a user message. Because this was a sales call that I wanted to transcribe and get the best insights from, I have created a custom prompt that looks like this. Use this transcription to get this valuable insight. 1, what's the name of the prospect? 2, what is their motivation for coming on the call? What's their goal? What's their main problem? And did they end up buying? And then what we're gonna do is click on enter a couple of times and then click on this add field mappings. This is where we need to add the content from the transcript that we had before, because all this really does is sends a message to ChatGPT. So it's kind of like we're copy and pasting the entire transcript right in here. Now for the model, I recommend using the ChatGPT 4o mini because this is a lot cheaper than any of the other models. And because we got the transcript and it's fairly simple things that we're doing here, we don't need that much intelligence. For the memory key, image, and everything else, we can keep it the same, except the assistant instructions. This is the prompt that we'll use to make it smarter. You're a helpful assistant that turns a long transcript into valuable insight bullet points. For the rest of it, with temperature and top P, you can keep the same, but if you're actually using this to create a long text, I recommend bumping the max tokens up to something like 10,000. For us, 1,000 will be completely fine. But this number basically means the max length that you can output. So if you're having any problems there, just increase the max tokens. But let's continue and test this step. And just like that, we got 5 bullet points back from the motivation, goal, main problem, and ended up buying. Do you see how you can apply this to your business? Well, that's cool and all, but would it be even cooler if we go to step number 5, update your CRM? All we need to do is add a new step, and this is where you can easily add it to HubSpot or Salesforce. I know many of you use that. For me, I use Notion as a database to keep me updated. So I'll show you how to do Notion. It's very similar in these other platforms. I'll just choose an action event, and this is to create a database item. Here, I'll just select my account, continue. I'll select a database, which I have AI calls. And basically, these are the fields that I have in my database. You could add more things in here. For name, we're gonna add a field, and this is actually the name of the file itself. So we'll just click on title. On the content, we'll just go to the conversation, and we'll use the reply node for content format. I'll actually use Markdown, but this depends on your program. Continue. And now I'll click on test step, and I really want to show you how it looks like. There we go. We just updated with a new call here at the top of the CRM, where you can see that we got all the bullets right here in our database. Now, all I need to do is click on publish. Amazing, our SAP is published. And then all you need to make sure is that your SAP is turned on by being green. So if I just drag any MP3 or M4A audio file into this folder, just like that, you can see in Zapier that it's going to start automatically, and in a couple of minutes we now have a new document inside of Notion with all the valuable insight. Isn't that awesome? If you want to copy this entire workflow, I have a special link in the description down below where you can just copy and paste the exact same thing that I've done. Also, remember to subscribe to the Zapier channel, and if you want to watch more from Zapier, click on one of the videos on the screen right now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.